Yeah, I mean, he played a part in the initial review. When like we talked about, that was something obviously the athletic director is going to have a big hand in. But just because of the situation with Harsin and how Allen Greene sort of relates to him, how those two are kind of paired together. Look, Allen Greene went out of the box to make this hire when they replaced Gus Malzahn, and so now you had a situation where not only is it his guy coming under fire, but also you look back and you're questioning, if you're Auburn, a bit of the vetting process from Allen Greene. When you have, like there was the story from Boise State a couple years ago talking about, it was very reflective of what was happening at Auburn, talking about, assistant coaches, sort of running off assistant coaches and, them not being happy with the way they were treated within the program. And so, it kind of reflected a little bit poorly on Allen Greene as well. And so in terms of his current role, look, this has been something that has been discussed for the past year and a half when it comes to Allen Greene. He is in the last year of his contract, which is rare for an athletic director. Most of the time you're either moving on from a guy or you think that he or she is doing a good enough job, and so you want to extend them. And so it is, it's a precarious situation for him to be in. We know that General Burgess stepped in and sort of took control of the athletic department there for a couple months because he didn't like the way things were going and wanted to sort of oversee the way that Allen Greene was working in there. So, it's been a precarious situation. He pushed back on what the boosters wanted, and what the prominent, leaders within, the university up, higher ups. He kind of pushed back on what they wanted when it came to Bryan Harsin, sort of made an out-of-the-box hire. And so you wonder, now that the president is moving out of the way with Jay Gogue, it's going to be a new president. Allen Greene is pretty much the only remaining lifeline for Bryan Harsin. So, if this season doesn't work out super well, you're now looking at a situation where that doesn't come back very highly on him. And so his current role, I think, is still the same, at least on paper, as you would expect it to be. But underneath the surface, it's more precarious of a situation for all those reasons we just talked about.